Yeah, I know I can root out corruption. I want to get this money into getting rid of the rest of the loans first, and then I will be doing like just a massive amount of rooting out corruption. Although I'm kind of curious to see how much that will cost. Yeah, see, the cost goes up rather rapidly. So we'll wait until we're actually out of debt, or at least in safer levels of debt, before I do that. It was good advice taking the corruption, though. Usually I'm kind of averse of doing that, but I'm kind of also expecting my ruler to die, which means I'll be able to get a new Sufi al-Islam, which will then mean that I... Ooh, Master of Mint died. That's annoying, because that means my inflation reduction's down. Which also means that I can get more legalism, which I can then use to burn off corruption. You are an Egyptian. You are also an Egyptian, but I think I'm going to go for the cheap guy for a while. Especially as I don't really need monarch points right now. And that should give me a bit more money too. The worst part of moving from the south to the Midwest is nobody makes good iced tea. That's because there is no such thing as good iced tea. You got to make it hot, or it doesn't count. Right, so Adal is already on side. Dulkadir are on side. And then we're still waiting for Akanulu. And that won't be too far off. In fact, are we at maxed out? We are maxed out. What are we lacking? What can I do for you? I could ask you to transfer some trade power, which I believe actually means that you like me more, which is really weird. I can get a new military idea. But with the corruption, that's going to cost 10% more, though with full humanist, it costs less. Hang on. I have aristocratic ideas. Doesn't that reduce idea cost? Oh no, it's technology cost. Okay. Bigger force limit modifier will mean that the land army maintenance will go down. Because it's calculated as a proportion, I think. No, because that'll also tempt me to build my army up. No! Ah! The strengthening of the privileges of the nobles is severely upsetting the burghers and the merchants. This is creating turmoil in our realm and may prove disastrous in the long run. Eh? I mean, you're both almost as powerful as each other. This is losing me my tax efficiency, my trade efficiency. Damn it! Alright, well, if we're going to go in, we're going to go in deep. Oh, it would only have gone down to 40%, not 30%. So I actually hurt myself more by doing that. But it also gave me some more money with which I can pay off more loans. So I'm not all upset. There we go. But still, losing the 20% trade efficiency is going to be very, very painful. Can I do anything to improve your loyalty? I really wish there was a way of bribing them. Military access from Yemen. You're fighting against Mahra, Ajuran and Mogadishu. No, because you've been causing me all kinds of problems. So bugger off. Alright, your influence is now going down to safe levels. Why is yours so high? Mamluk armies, which is just a base 10% increase. And then recruited a minister. Okay. Development in ironworking. Price of iron increases by 50%. And copper goes down by 35%. I think I do produce more iron than copper. 50%. Various advances in the field of ironworking have meant that the iron cannon is now both more efficient and reliable than the old bronze cannon. Yeah, there's iron right there. It is now worth 4.5. I also have some there. That's not mine. It should be soon, but it isn't yet. Okay, I don't actually produce that much iron, but I don't think I produce any copper. That would be the copper. Dulkadir does. No, I produce no... Oh, no. No, that's Ethiopian. Yeah, I have no copper production whatsoever. Cool. Can I win a war against Venice? Yes. But the problem with fighting Venice is that requires transports, of which I have none. Because I actually have fabricated claims ready on Venice and the Knights, because Venice is only allied with the Knights, and I could take both of them out. But that would require building ships and paying for them. Bourgeoisie request privileges. The bourgeoisie class has grown increasingly resentful of the power of the noble families, and particularly their lack of opportunities in the higher ranks of government. Merchant guilds gain loyalty. Amir loses loyalty. So the Amirs get pissy, but I'm actually okay with that. That is a good transfer. Do it. So I'm losing manpower, which I don't care about. I'm not at war. And then the merchant guilds are back to loving me, which means more trade income, which means more money overall. Sorted. The pilgrims are safe. Our efforts to protect those of our subjects who seek to perform the pilgrimage to the holy cities of Mecca and Medina have paid off. It is now long since there was last a raid, and the realm is at peace. We do have a lot of prestige, which is also going to transfer into a lot of global trade power. Right, Akanulu. How about becoming a vassal, eh? Yeah. Which means you are also paying me some money. Lovely. In fact, what I could do is enable scutage for all of my vassals, which means they'll pay me even more money. I kind of like having their armies, though. They're pretty good at just swatting down enemy sieges. Renewed a loan. So be it. Oh man, we're actually almost there. 2 more years. I need you to live 2 more years to 58. And then I get 1,000 ducats, and then a lot of my problems are just dealt with. Move towards legalism. Sus's opinion of us has increased. Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite happy to move towards legalism. I would like to move towards legalism. It has a bigger tax modifier. I hate the fact that I'm losing 20% because of the highly shrines upkeep, though. Grrr! Oh, you're never actually going to convert that, so you may as well just cancel. Which is really annoying, because you're 86% complete. And you are still converting, albeit slowly. But at least then I'm not paying for the missionary. Improvements in lens making. Ever since the 13th century, spectacles made from glass lenses have come to replace reading stones of older eras. Although optical observation, these lenses have now reached a level of perfection that has allowed even the smallest things to be enlarged. To the delight of scholars, these new lenses can also be used to create both optical microscopes, allowing them to examine what could never be seen before, and the refracting telescope allowing study of faraway objects such as the stars. The field of optics is now at the brink of revolution, bringing great benefits to science, navigation, and warfare. Brabant gains 100 diplo power, and the price of glass increases. So what is glass worth nowadays? 3.75. Still not as much as paper. Vassalize Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a little bit too big to vassalize. As in, they would never accept in a million years. Minus 2,000. There you go. Should you do an Austria, Serbia, or Coptic OPM to try and form Armenia? I have a personal bias against Austria because of my first ever game of EU3. They beat me when I was playing as Brandenburg, and it was really annoying and I felt sad. So I've never actually played as Austria because that grudge has just lasted that long. Maliki scholars that have been at guest for 20 years have now gone on to other madrasas. So I need a new scholar. I think I might accept them back again, though. I do really like the minus 10% development cost. Yeah. Then kill them. Not with my current economy, thank you. Once I've recovered my economy, then many other options will be open. And we can certainly do more things. Saxony gains stability, tolerant society. Okay, fine. It's not me. Denmark has announced Austria as a new rival. Bohemian crystal. For centuries, Venetian glass has dominated the glassmaking sector, with smaller glassmaking entrepreneurs trying faithfully to emulate the masters on Murano Island. Bohemia has been a glassmaking region since the 12th century, but by combining their native chalk with potash and a new method for the Bohemian glassmakers are now finally able to challenge the Venetian glass. The new strand of Bohemian crystal is both more durable, brilliant, and distinctly different in its style from the Venetian glass. Bohemian crystal chandeliers, glass jewellery, and engraved glass is rapidly becoming a common sight in the courts of Europe. Wow, that is a lot of additional production and tax in Rudahori. And price of glass just gone up for another 25%. So glass is kind of booming at the moment. Although it's still only 4.5. Although that is only just less than gems. At 5. Glass has a rather nasty price reduction of minus 65%. I'm waiting for the nasty paper reduction to come in, because there's got to be one. Muslim scholars were not united on the questions of the permissibility of Sufism. While most appreciated the heightened levels of religious devotion it inspired amongst the general population, some disapproved of how certain Sufis expressed their faith. Poetry and song about wine and illicit love, as well as community dancing and veneration of the tombs of those regarded as saints. We want more legalism. So we need to get to 75 legalism, and then we can trigger that again. Also... Ah, yes! We can do it! We can sell them! Sell the slaves, and we get 1,600 ducats from the Egyptian culture provinces. Yes. Repay loans. Yes. Oh man, that helps so much. And we're down to 9. 23 ducats a month now. Much better. Okay, this recovery has actually been relatively quick. Come buy your grass here. Oh, and I have an idea slot. No I don't. I can get a new idea. When's the new idea slot? 18. We're on 17. We're not far off, though. How are we doing with embracing? 1,800. It's still spreading naturally, so I'm perfectly happy just to let it keep doing that. Although it's fairly slow back here, but hey, it's moving. I wonder how much weed is smoked in 1444 to 1821. I would think probably quite a lot. Right, advisor. Military. I think I'm just going to go for a level 1. You are again Egyptian. National manpower modifier. Seems legit. And yeah, the advisor costs aren't going up any further. Oh, you know what I should do? I should totally do this. I should at some point get innovative ideas because of the advisor cost reduction. So that's minus 25% from innovative. Minus 25% from Mamluk Egyptians. Minus 50% from getting them from one of the estates. Then I can also get another potential minus 50% from monarchs, which basically means that advisors would be essentially free. I mean, I know that there is a different way of it being calculated, so it wouldn't actually be free, but there would still be like 1 ducat for a level 5 advisor, which is possible, by the way. Something I did not realise is that you can actually keep on promoting people beyond level 3 to level 5. So it costs a lot, and their salaries will go up accordingly as well, of course. But you can actually get to level 3. You can only hire up to level 3, but you can promote them up to level 5. Which is kind of cool, because this game keeps on adding more and more and more and more stuff, which increases the amount of stuff that you can spend monarch points on, but never actually had a way of increasing the number of monarch points you generate. Now there's a way. Conflict sometimes erupted following diplomatic insults. Mamluks gain a diplomatic insult on Oman, or everyone around me likes me some more. I'm actually going to take the everyone likes me a bit more. And we could get 42,000 manpower from that. Which would be really nice if I was going to go and upgrade my army, which I could totally do, but no money. You're having rebels, what a shame. Are there any other nations that might perhaps wish to join the lovely little family that we have here? Offer vassalization. Wasungli, the Knights, and Venice. So Wasungli is the only one. Now that we have a Dull as a vassal, Wasungli might not be a terrible one. Although that will cost me a slot still. Then the other one that would be close would be Sind. Which is that. That does give me a back entrance into India, though. You are also an Indus estuary, which would give me some control over the Indus region, trade region. I could turn you into a trade company. Interesting. Opportunities. Right, so we can get another Diplotech. I'm actually... no. I'm going to save my Diplo points for when I get the Diplo ideas, because I want to start blitzing through trade as soon as I can get it. The Ottomans have embargoed me. That's a point, actually. Who are my rivals? right now? I think I only have 2. I do. The Ottomans and Spain. I could rival Russia too. No. Ottomans, am I actually embargoing you right now? I must be. No, I'm not. Oh, that's going to make me more money. And Spain. Who I'm also not embargoing. Bloody hell, Mordred. I mean, I have loads and loads of power projection because of the crushing that I delivered the Ottomans, but still. Which is the more fun? Kaiserreich for Hearts of Iron 4, Imperium Universalis for E4. I've never played Imperium Universalis, so I don't know. Oh, we have money. We can probably pay off another loan. Yeah, we can. And then there were 8. Not bad from going down from 21 in about an hour. And then Spain is apparently no longer a valid rival. I just embargoed them. I mean, it does mean I get the Eclipsed Spain bonus, but still, I just embargoed them. Fine, I'll revoke it. What about Mio? I could not get into Mio. I tried, but I just couldn't. I don't know what it is about that game. I just could not get into it. I could build some workshops and stuff that would make me money. No, I need to get rid of the corruption before I do any building. And in fact, I need to get rid of a lot of things before I do that. So I think I'm going to start paying off corruption. We're going to keep a balance of 20 ducats, and then anything over 20, we're going to start adding into root out corruption. We're burning down 0.27 a year now, which is good because we're ahead of time in admin. We would also gain a bit if we were ahead of time in Diplo, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. And we are 3 years away from military, and this is a big one. Improves the cavalry. And my cavalry need to be good. Protect against the Ottomans. They have an army of 81. I have an army of 78. That would be fairly easy to do. I just need to build 4 regiments. What bonus does that give me? Land maintenance reduction for the next 10 years. Sure. Okay, I'll build 4 units of infantry. And I'll just disband them again afterwards. That has got to be one of the easiest missions I've ever seen. There we go, done. Right? Oh, they've gone up to 85 now. Cheeky blighters. Alright, I'll get another 4. So hopefully this does save me 80 ducats over time. In fact, with the number of soldiers I'm building right now, I should probably just maintain another stack. There it is. And we are once again making money, which I can pump into paying off corruption. Do I want to start making a new unit? Or do I want to start just adding more infantry to my armies? Because we have been struggling a bit. You know what? I think I will. We're going to beef up my stacks to 30,000. How's the supply limit? 28, 42, 30. Many of them are around 30. Alright, we'll build another 4. And then that'll do. Trade expansion. Trade efficiency plus 10%. Nice. Protesting Kunfuda. The men of great spiritual strength, but also firmly part of the establishment, members of the Elima sometimes choose to join social protests. So, if we compensate them, we gain more legalism, we lose a bit of prestige, of which I have quite a lot. And Mecca loses money. Or we don't interfere, and Mecca gets unrest. I'll take the legalism. We're 2 points away from being able to burn down more corruption. How well drilled is my army, and what's the army professionalism? Professionalism right now sits at a massive 0%. And my army drill is also a massive 0%. Because again, massive war with Ottomans caused me to use all of the professionalism to raise more manpower, and I've not had money to start drilling armies since, but I probably will soon. But it was very good. Like, when I entered the war with the Ottomans, it was exceptional. I had like 30,000 fully drilled Mamluk cavalry. Which is probably part of the reason I was able to smash them so convincingly. An army, an empire of this size needs a lot of bureaucrats. Perhaps offering a sign-up bonus will encourage their numbers to grow. That is one hell of a sign-up bonus for only 50 admin. No. Immoral prices. Grain prices are notoriously unstable. Anything from the weather where it is grown to incidents hurting its distribution can suddenly cause the price to rise significantly. Oh, merchant guilds, why do you cause so many problems? That gives you a massive amount of loyalty. You know what? We're not going to meddle in this. We're going to raise our army maintenance for a short time. And we are going to tactically position our armies in Alexandria. Actually, no. We can just turn the fort on in Alexandria. And Rashid. And Dumyat. Which is somewhere around here. It's a name I recognize. It's there. Told you it was around here somewhere. Halab, which I know is up here, and actually has a fort, so we'll just turn that on. And finally, Jeddah, which is also up here, I think. Though I would not know exactly where. Oh, it's down there. Interesting. Right. It is now the 1st of October, so by the 1st of November, we should be in position. In fact, I think we actually have until the 1st of December. I think it's 2 months. Also, you need a general. So do you. Alright, I am sure that it's not telling me that my generals are dying. I am sure of it. Because that's 2 of them now. Eid al-Fitr. The Feast of Breaking the Fast marks the end of Ramadan, and Muslims around the world try to show a common goal of unity. Lose a silly amount of money. Gain a lot of legalism for a bit of money. You know what? We're going to do that. And with that, we can now burn corruption. Or do I just want to keep the money coming in? I think I'll burn the corruption. And we're still earning like 10%. And that also means that my corruption is now down to 6.2. It's going down pretty quickly. In your Prussia game, you had an army tradition of 100 professional army and max drill. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like Prussia, that certainly seems the way to go, especially when you have the Prussian government as well. And high absolutism. Prussian armies are just going to be obscene. Okay, we should definitely not meddle in these things. And we should definitely not have firing squads positioned in very suspiciously astute locations to deal with these uprisings. I feel cruel sometimes. Oh, you actually had not arrived yet. Interesting. Yeah, still smashy. Hey, Fenro. Right, let's move you over here to deal with them. Squishy, squish, squish. And then let's have you guys just fanning back to my home territories and turn you off, because I don't want to pay for you. Did I turn you off in time? I hope so. And we'll keep the army maintenance high for just a little bit longer. In fact, you guys are closer. You go deal with that. You come over here. Okay, good. I can now invest in all the technologies. I still want to wait. Also, institution penalty. How much does it spread? 1,800. Do I want to start saving for that? Rather than repaying these last 8 loans. I mean, my interest now is 11. It's halved. I think I still want to get rid of the interest. I can always spend the extra development on development. Extra mono points on development. Yeah, we still completely squish them. Smash! And then let's turn... Hello, you off as well. There we go. Job's done. Job's done. I could get a military idea. Nah. What is my army force limit nowadays? 101. How will I make money to pay off the loans? Quite easily. It mostly consists of doing this. Oh, look at that, I'm making money again. I only had to raise the army maintenance to fight off the rebels. I was just waiting for them to reinforce back to almost full strength. My army is kind of expensive. I have a lot of cavalry. I am the Mamluks. Cavalry are really strong for me. Not as good as Timurids, but still pretty strong. Integrating Dulkadir. When a smaller country is blah 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 blah. Gain prestige. Okay, so Dulkadir is now mine. I can probably just fire this army. Yeah, I think I will just fire that army. Not necessary. Although they were drilled, so it's wasting a bit of drill, but never mind. And conversions I can apparently do. Sure. What are the tattoos on my arms, or is that just the camera being weird? It's just the camera being weird, I have none. Not my thing. Renewed loan. Truce to that Kanulu has expired, so they could try and go grabbing after my neighbours again, but it seems kind of unlikely that they would do that. How close are you to joining the greater glory of our nation? It's still quite a long way away. I don't think you can even do it. Getting closer to getting Baluchistan. You're too big. Akanulu, I'm pretty sure is, yeah, way too big. So really the main ones would be Venice and the Knights. It'd still be much easier to just conquer them. Alright, what was I saying? I need 12 transports to do it. I mean, that's only 120 ducats. 130 ducats. Are you still only allied with the Knights? Oh, that's just too sodding tempting.